Hi, I'm Nathan Abba with Coldwell Banker West, and today I wanted to talk about the importance of the inspection. The inspection might be one of the most important things you can do in escrow. It's where we're going to discover everything we need to know to make sure that this is the right home for you. So it starts off with the general home inspector who's going to come in and they're going to check plumbing and electrical and other minimal parts of the home. They look at the roof and they visually see things, but they can't see through the walls. So this is where an experienced agent is super key in your success in real estate, because we've seen it all. Oftentimes before the inspector even gets there, I'm gonna have a pretty good idea of the condition of the home, and I might have a few more inspectors lined up. For instance, we might have a plumber there because we already saw a major plumbing issue that's evident, and the inspector, all they're going to do is just say that it's there. So it's probably good to have a plumber there. For example, the biggest fear, the biggest issue I think anybody can have in a home is a cracked slab or a foundation issue. So being in the business for a while, there's certain things you look for that are going to be big indicators that you may have an issue. So you may look, at the corners of walls and at the corners of doors and look for the way walls are cracking, and that may be a big indicator that you need to bring a foundation person out there. At that point, you want to bring the most reputable foundation person, and that's where your experienced agent will come in and call the right people. Don't be afraid to pay for an inspection beyond the general home inspection, because at the end of the day it could save you $50,000, $100,000. And again, this is where experience really comes into play. Another inspection you want to get is the termite inspection. We live in California, you're gonna have termites. Don't be afraid, it's gonna be there. On average, I see $2,500, $3,000 worth of termite work. Again, don't be afraid, this is something we're gonna ask the seller to take care of. This brings me to the art of the request for repair. And I say it's an art because we want the seller to fix what we want them to fix. So if you approach the seller with a list of 30 items, they're gonna be overwhelmed. They're gonna just wanna cancel the deal. So I like to advise my buyers to go for what you're entitled to, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to tell you kind of what you're entitled to as a buyer and how I feel the condition of the home should be when you're buying it. What we're going to ask the seller all depends on really what there is. If there are some really pertinent items, we're going to go for those, and we're not going to agree to anything besides them fixing it. If there aren't a bunch of items, then maybe we can go for the smaller items. So it's kind of all how you put it together and how you deliver it and how you present it, and that's going to determine the outcome of the request for a repair. We want the sellers to do everything we're going to ask for. We need to present it in the right way. We need to show them that these are health and safety issues. We need to show them that any seller is going to have, we need to show them that any buyer is going to have an issue with these items. We can go as far as to get pricing. Either way, we want it done, whether it's a credit or a repair. The seller may not be in a position to do these repairs. So that's when a credit is going to work just as fine. The credit is there's another art to understanding the credit. You need to talk to your lender. You need to find out if you're allowed to get credits back. You need to find out how much credit you can get back. You don't want to be in a position where you ask for a $10,000 credit and the lender says you can only get 8, and that was what was negotiated, and the other 2 just dissolves and goes back to the seller. So you really want to know what you're doing. Your agent needs to know what he's doing, and at the end of the day, we work for you, and we want to make sure that you get the best house and you get, more importantly, everything you're entitled to as a buyer. I'm Nathan Abba with Coldwell Banker West. I hope you found some value in this video, and until I see you next time, thank you.